if you've ever found yourself stuck trying to get results, spinning your wheels, not going anywhere, you're putting into work, you're going to the gym, you're trying to eat healthy, you're trying to eat sensible, but it's like the harder you try, you're just not getting results. Well, then this video, I think, is really gonna help you out. I wanna share something that I've learned from my own experience, but also from working with clients over the years that have gotten them out of that place of frustration, out of that place of just aggravation, and into a place where they're constantly getting results every single week. Because if you get results weekly, that leads to great monthly results, which leads to great yearly results. And it's a small change. Sometimes when we're not getting the results, it seems like there's this big change we need to do. I remember for myself, I was looking all over the place for the right workouts and the right diet, and I thought I was so far away, but I was actually this close. It's just a small tweak. It's actually 5 things that you can do to very easily start getting results. So let's jump right into it. So I want to talk about the qualities that most of you guys already have. So the first one is work ethic. You already have this. You're putting it, like, you're not scared to put into the work. You're not scared to go to the gym. You're not scared to do what it takes to get the results. The problem with this is, in the small shift that you need to make, is it's not the work ethic that needs to change. The problem with that is you don't know where to apply this work ethic, and you also don't know what to apply it to. You're going to the gym and you're just going through the motions, right? You don't know what to actually do. You don't have a blueprint. So take this work ethic and develop an actual plan that you know what to do. So structure a plan when you go to the gym. How many sets are you gonna do? How many reps are you gonna do? These are things that you need to know before you get there. You shouldn't just be wandering around the gym aimlessly, like, oh, I'm gonna work chest today, but you have no idea what exercises you're gonna do. This is the process that I got stuck in. I was going to the gym, but just because you go to the gym, just because you show up, that doesn't guarantee any results. So again, it's a small tweak here. It's like, where should you spend your time with this work ethic? Like, if you're trying to put on muscle and you're doing a ton of cardio and you're running all over the place, well, you have the work, you're putting in the work, but you're using it the wrong way. So develop a plan that coincides where you want to go with your actual work ethic. Small change there. The second thing, look, I don't doubt you want the results. Like, if you're watching this video right now, you want the results. We're not going to argue this. You know you want the results. The problem with this is you have to learn how to turn a want into a desire. It has, like everybody wants to get in shape. Everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants more muscle. Every single man on planet Earth wants that. But how do you turn a want into a desire? Because with the desires, there's emotion attached to a desire. When you desire something, there's a deep-rooted emotion attached to this. And the easiest way to turn a want into a desire is to develop extreme clarity on where do you want to be? Why do you want to be there? Let me give you an example. When I talk to most people and I ask them, what results do you want? They'll say something like, I want to lose weight. I want to tone up. My favorite one, I just want to be healthy. The hell does that even mean? Nobody wakes up, yawns, and like, I really would like to be more healthy today. Nobody wakes up and says that. And because you don't wake up and say that, your brain doesn't even know how to process that. So if your brain doesn't know how to process that, like, what is being healthy? Like, what do you mean by that? If your brain can't process it, how can it wrap emotions around it? Instead, get a deep-rooted picture of what do you want to look like? Like, what's it going to feel like? How's your wife or your spouse or your girlfriend going to look at you different? How is this new result that you're going after, this physique that you're going after, like how does that correlate to your career? Are you going to have more confidence or less confidence? Do you think your confidence is going to help you make more money or less money? Right? When you go to the beach or you go to the pool, like how are you going to be perceived when people look at you, when you walk in a room? Is your new physique that you're going after, is that going to change the way people look at you? I can tell you right now, it will. If you develop a physique where you're fit, right? Small waist, broad shoulders, big arms, you're going to demand respect just when you walk in a room. You don't even have to say anything. People are going to be able to look at you and think like, he's disciplined. Like he has good work ethic. So how does that change your mental? This is how you develop a deep desire, right? I get it, you want the results, but you need to turn a want into desire, right? The third thing, all right? Everybody's committed. Everybody who comes to me, even me, before I really started getting results, I was committed. It wasn't that I wasn't committed. The problem was I wasn't consistently committed. The problem was I was consistent or I was committed for, the first week, maybe 2 weeks, even 3 weeks. But after that, I would drift. I would start letting other things take my time and attention and emotion and energy. I wasn't consistently committed. See, when you're consistently committed, unlike just being committed, sometimes in drifting, when you're drifting, you're like a bobber. I don't know if you've ever been fishing when you were a little kid and you use a bobber. The thing about a bobber, it's great. You can see it. You can see exactly where it's at. The problem with a bobber, though, the bobber goes wherever. Wherever the current takes it, wherever the waves take it, wherever the wind takes it. It's constantly being bombarded by outside elements. Unlike an anchor. An anchor is grounded firmly in the ground. It can't be shooken. It can't be moved. It has to be intentionally moved. So if you just take the commitment you already have and you just change that into a consistent commitment. A consistent commitment. One you follow through every single day. How do you have consistent commitments? Well, here's how you create that. Daily wins. See, most people make this decision or make a choice that they're going to make this change. They're going to go to the gym. They're going to eat healthy. And it's a one-time decision. And then they never remake that commitment. That commitment gets made every single day. When your feet hit the ground, you remake that commitment. Once I made the decision that I was going to change the way I looked, the way I felt, the way my mind worked, every single day when my feet hit the ground, I make a decision of what kind of day I'm going to have, what kind of man I'm going to show up to the world, how I'm going to show up for myself. It's a daily decision. Why? Because the world is going to kick you in the teeth and body slam you every single day when you go to work. You're going to be bombarded by everybody else's decisions, and they're going to be trying to put what they want to do on you. But if you make that decision every single day, this is the man that I'm going to be. This is the level of effort I'm going to put in. These are the results I'm going after. Here's how it's going to change my life. Here's how I'm going to feel. Here's how society's going to look at me. Here's how my old lady's going to look at me. Here's how much my kids are going to respect me. Being consistently committed is no longer a problem. Number 4. The fourth thing. I think I told you it was 5 things. It's actually 4. So most of us, and this isn't really your fault because you were probably told this growing up your whole life. You heard, once I see it, then I'll believe it. The problem with this, it sounds good. Like it just rolls off your tongue. Like when I see it, I'll believe it. The problem with that is it's backwards. This is not how real life works. But again, a lot of times we just repeat things that we hear and we don't question them. But let's think about this for a second. Right now, you're probably watching this video on an iPhone or maybe a computer or an Android, whatever. You're watching on a tablet. Your tablet, the very first person that ever created a tablet, they never seen a tablet before because it didn't exist. So it's not like they seen a tablet and then they believe they could make a tablet. This is backwards. Once you believe it, then you'll see it. It starts up here first. It starts in your mind. This is what all of these steps are doing. They're building that belief. They're building those pictures in your head, and it's giving you the belief to do what you want to do what you need to do. Part of the reason people fall off is they have no belief. They have no long-term vision. And when you have no long-term vision, when you have no belief, falling off, it's the logical thing to do. Why would you go to the gym, eat healthy, get up early, do all of these things if you don't even believe you can get the results? That doesn't make sense. I mean, any logical person wouldn't do that. So the belief has to come first. But if you get the belief, I promise you, you'll see it. I guarantee if you get the belief, you'll have the desire. I guarantee if you have the belief, you'll do the work ethic. I guarantee all of that. I guarantee if you have the belief, consistent commitment is no longer an issue. I say all this because I understand you think you're far away. I understand you've been spinning your wheels. I understand you're not getting results currently. But your current reality does not have to be for your forever reality. That is a choice that you can make just like I made, just like my clients made, and just like tons of other men just like you have made. But you have to make a commitment. It all starts with making a commitment. It all starts with drawing a line in the sand and saying, enough is enough. Today is the day I make the change and I never go back to who I currently am. I understand where I am, but this is not where I'm supposed to be and I'm ready to change. It's a commitment. I understand you think you're far away, but you're way closer than you think you are. Hopefully you got some value from this video. I'll see you on the next one.